Let me ask you something. What if I told you that most grammar rules are useless? Would you roll your eyes? Would you feel relief? Or would you suddenly want to burn your old grammar book? 'Cause yeah, same. You see, we've been lied to. They told us that to speak good English, we need to memorize rules. Past perfect, passive voice, conditional type 2, plus the exceptions of the exceptions. And here's the thing. You don't need to be a grammar genius to speak English fluently. What you need is understanding. And today, that's exactly what you're gonna get. This episode is your reset button. Whether you're level A1, B1, or somewhere in between, you're about to see grammar in a way that actually makes sense. But first, let me tell you a little secret. Fluent speakers don't think in rules. They think in patterns. Let that sink in for a second. When a native speaker says, "I've been waiting for hours," they're not thinking, "Okay, present perfect continuous equals have slash has plus been plus verb ing." No, they just say it because they've heard it 1,000 times in context. So here's the real goal. Stop memorizing, start absorbing. Let's make grammar feel like music, not math. And to do that, we're going to break it down into something your brain actually loves: levels, stories, and clarity. 'Cause grammar isn't boring when you feel it working in your life. And once you understand this one thing I'm about to tell you, you'll never look at English the same way again. Imagine this. You're in a cafe. You want to tell your friend you just finished a big project. So you say, "I finished my project." Great. That's past simple, clean and clear. Now, let's say you want to show that the result of that project is still important now. Like, "I finished it and now I'm free to relax." You'd say, "I've finished my project." Boom. Present perfect. Not because of rules, but because of meaning. Grammar is just a way to express time plus intention. Not punishment. Not perfection. Just patterns with purpose. And once you feel that, you unlock a new level of fluency where your sentences sound real, not robotic. And that's where the magic begins. Let's call this level 1 grammar. You say what happened. You say what's happening. You say what will happen. Simple. Useful. But then, English throws a curveball. What if you want to say something imaginary? Something that could have happened? Or that would happen if something else were true? This is where most learners hit a wall. Conditional sentences, the legendary monsters of English grammar. But here's the truth. They're not monsters. They're just stories with a twist. If I had wings, I would fly. If I studied more, I would pass. Look at that. You're dreaming, speculating, imagining. That's level 2 grammar. Till human. Till natural. Just next level. And just wait till you hear what comes next. Now let's talk about the boss level. The one that freaks everybody out. Passive voice. Reported speech. Inversions. Carry names. But do you really need them? Well, yes. But not all the time. You only need them if you want to sound refined. More advanced. More expressive. Let me give you an example. Active. She told me a secret. Passive. I was told a secret. One feels direct. The other, mysterious, elegant. Both are correct. But why would you use one over the other? That's the key. Grammar gives you choice. Style. precision. Once you know that, you stop seeing grammar as a wall and start using it as a toolbox. 'Cause when you speak with choice, you speak with power. Let me tell you about Daniel. He used to freeze every time someone asked him, "What do you do for fun?" He'd panic. Grammar rules would clash in his brain. He'd say something like, fun have with the musicking? You've been there, right? Then one day he stopped trying to be perfect and started learning chunks. Not rules, not lists, just natural phrases. I'm into music. I like going out with friends. I'm a movie nerd. He didn't know all the grammar behind it, but he sounded fluent, and that gave him confidence. That's the lesson. You don't need to understand 100% to speak like a human. You just need to start using what works. Grammar follows confidence, not the other way around. So here's the new way to learn grammar. Start with real-life phrases. Notice the pattern. Practice by using it, not explaining it. Let's do a quick challenge. Which sounds more natural? I go often to the gym. B. I often go to the gym. The answer? B. Why? Because native speakers use it all the time. That's word order grammar, but learned by exposure, not theory. You see? Grammar isn't about knowing all the rules. It's about feeling the rhythm of the language. Like music. Like flow. Like vibes. The more you listen, the more you speak, the more it sticks. And just when you think you've got it figured out, English throws you one final surprise. Here it is. The surprise. English grammar will never feel done. There's no final boss. No 100% complete. Why? 'Cause English is alive. Changes. Bends. Steals words from other languages. Breaks its own rules. And guess what? So do native speakers. They say ain't when they shouldn't. They drop subjects. They invent slang. And still, they're fluent. So why are you so afraid of making a mistake? Your English doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. Think about it. You weren't born speaking your native language perfectly. You messed up. You babbled. You guessed. But you learned. 'Cause you were surrounded by sound, by meaning, by life. So let me ask you, why not give yourself permission to be bad at English before you're great? 'Cause fluency is not grammar. It's not memorization. It's bravery. It's choosing to speak even when your voice shakes. It's saying, I don't know every rule, but I'm here. I'm trying. That's the English that people remember. That's the English that opens doors. That's the English that sticks. So now what? Now you go live. You go speak. You let grammar guide you, not chain you. 'Cause today something woke up inside you. A new way of learning. A new voice. And trust me, once that voice starts speaking, you don't go back. This is Funkitalk, where English isn't just learned, it's lived. See you in the next episode. But next time, you won't just listen, you'll speak.